Here are the 5 largest trees on planet Earth. Number 5. Yellow Mrint in the Malaysian state of Sabah. On the island of Borneo, researchers have continuously found larger and larger trees during surveys of dense forests. By using aerial scanning techniques, they focus on a specific species of tree called the yellow Meranti. And in recent years the record for the tallest tree has jumped from 288 feet to 308.7 feet in 2016. And then in 2019 they found a new specimen that's a whopping 330.7 feet tall. This makes it by far the highest known tropical tree in the world. And it's thought to be heavier than the takeoff weight of a Boeing 737. And that's without taking the roots into account. This new discovery has been named Menara, which is the Malay word for tower. Which seems fitting considering if you were to lay it along the ground, it would be longer than a football field. All of the new monsters have been found growing in the Danam Valley Conservation Area, which is one of the best protected regions of the rainforest in the whole of Southeast Asia. Along with protecting the plants, it is also a vital habitat for endangered species like orangutan, clouded leopards, and forest elephants. Yellow Mrint trees are also considered to be endangered just like the animals, because of this extensive deforestation, where the wood is often used to make molds for pouring concrete. Studies in the region are therefore strictly controlled to prevent too many people accessing and seeing the natural resources that could potentially be plundered. Number 4. Tennessee Treehouse. When some people see a strong tall tree, the first thing that comes to mind is that it's ideal for building a treehouse. There are some incredible structures around the world, but for a long time, the tallest tree with a house in it could be found in Crossville, Tennessee. And it was an incredible structure. It took a local called Horace Burgess more than 11 years to complete. And by the time he had finished the 10-story house, covered an area of 10,000 square feet and dwarfed the 80-foot-tall white oak tree that it was built around. Number 3. Rainbow Eucalyptus. One of the most stunning trees for their appearance is the rainbow eucalyptus. And in the right conditions they grow surprisingly tall. Native to the Philippines, Indonesia and Papua New Guinea, they've been exported around the world, and are now grown in a range of different environments, because there is truly no other tree that looks anything like them. Their trunks are covered in vibrant colors, and this occurs because of the way that they grow. They can reach up to 250 feet tall with a trunk diameter of as much as 100 inches. And they can reach this size in a relatively short period of time. This fast rate of growth results in the periodical shedding of strips of bark. And this is when the colors of the inner layers become revealed. Streaks of greens, reds, oranges, grays and purples can emerge, almost as if it's been splattered with paint. One of the most amazing rainbow eucalyptus specimens in the world can be found on the Hawaiian island of Kauai. They were imported in the 1920s in an attempt to help control soil erosion and to regrow the forest that had been cut down, and the environment proved to be perfect. Some roads are now lined with them, with individuals growing in excess of 200 feet in what is both a surreal and incredible sight. Number 2. Sumatra, the Amazon. Rainforest is well known for its rich biodiversity. And it's not just animals that thrive. Here there are an estimated 390 billion trees from as many as 16,000 different species. But because of the climate they grow in, very few reach the heights of species found elsewhere in the world. There's one exception to this though, called the Sumatra. It's a species of kapok tree and is by far the highest in the rainforest, growing to an average height of 200 feet. There are likely specimens that become far higher, with the current record standing at 252 feet. It's an incredibly fast-growing species and can raise tens of feet per year, which means that what may have seemed like an average-sized tree a few years ago may now be the tallest in the rainforest, and we'd never know about it. Their trunks have a diameter of around 10 feet. and they're one of the most easily recognizable types of trees in the Amazon basin. They tend to grow on the floodplains of the rivers mainly, because when they're growing they need huge amounts of water and nutrients to sustain their development. But their roots grow above ground to protect against the floodwaters of the wet season, and can be seen reaching as high as 50 feet up the trunk. Each tree produces hundreds of seed pods that are surrounded by fluffy fiber. Number 1. Hyperion. The giant redwoods that grow in California are by some degree the tallest trees in the world. There are a large number of these giants throughout the state, but one that eclipses the rest is known as Hyperion. First discovered in 2006, it has been measured and verified to be 379.1 feet tall, and is in a remote region of one of the Redwood National and State Parks. Its precise location and details have however been kept a secret, because there are fears that making this information public would encourage people to visit and potentially damage it. Thought to be somewhere between 600 and 800 years old, it contained as much as 18,600 cubic feet of wood. But it's unlikely to hold its record for much longer. With countless other trees vying for its crown, it's only a matter of time until another giant is found.